All right, it's the book club.
It's time.
Yeah, the book club is it's my turn. It's supposed to be Brandon's turn, but he gave it to me since he's not here this week. And I'm going to do a book that I really enjoy. It's completely different from like the PG-13ness of Doctor Strange.
Oh, it's very rated R.
This is super rated R. The book,
although it's got two Marvel alums.
It's funny. Well, actually, because Justin Jordan, he actually wrote Superboy in 52, and Trad Moore, he's drawing Ghost Rider right now.
Or he was
drawing Ghost Rider. The book I'm doing the book for the book club this week is The Strange Talent of Luther Strode, published by Image, written by Justin Jordan, drawn by Trad Moore.
You know what? Include the colorist because
the colorist.
It's important.
Yeah, Felipe Sobreiro.
Sobreiro.
It's Portuguese too, and I should know this because my dad speaks fluent Portuguese. He's probably like laughing at me right now
because the colors in the book are really, really popping.
Yeah, Felipe Sobreiro.
There you go.
I hope I pronounced that right. If I didn't, I'm sorry.
Felipe.
And the beauty about this book is, I mean, it's drawn beautifully. There's references to other superheroes in here, but the big thing is, it's the story of Luther Strode, your basic high school wimp. I mean, he's skinny, he has glasses, he is weak, his best friend has a huge mouth on him.
You could say he's kind of like Steve Rogers-esque. He's very skinny and kind of white and pale. He's like a skinny nerd guy.
He is Steve Rogers-esque, except this is high school in modern day. This is modern day.
Flipping through this book. I'm sorry. It felt kind of like a modern gritty, not gritty, but modern, really like rated R Captain America kind of thing.
And the thing is, except for minus the super soldier serum.
Yeah.
So the thing with Luther Strode is that he was going to high school. He's at high school. He's with Pete, his best friend. And he has the hots for this one girl named Petra. She's not really the hottest, most popular girl in school, but she is one of the hottest girls in school, and this one jock really wants to get with her. But the thing is that also his mom, they actually just got him and his mom were in an abusive relationship with his father. Yeah, actually, you can see in the book his mom has a cast on her arm too.
Yep.
So the thing is, Luther, he also has a school bully, but the big thing is that he orders this Hercules method. It's one of those, are you tired of being puny? Well, do this and you become stronger sort of thing. Like, remember back when you look at old comic books from the 50s and 60s, and there was like the hypnosis ring that you could sign up and order through, and you got the ring back and didn't
X-ray
really do
glasses.
Much. Yeah, the X-ray glasses. It's kind of like that, except he turns buff and stronger. Turns out Luther has something called the gift, where he trains his body, he trains his mind, and he becomes stronger. He becomes buffer. His personality doesn't really. He starts to lose his personality a little bit in the way of like he daydreams of going on psychotic rampages, but he doesn't. And there's this guy called the librarian. Once again, I'm very tired. It's very late. There's this guy called the librarian chasing him down. So actually, Strange Talent of Luther Strode is part 1 of a trilogy. The second book is The Legend of Luther Strode, and the third is The Legacy. Of Luther Strode.
All right, I really just want to read, because I'm looking at the Hercules Method, the comic ad, and this is an exchange between a bully and a student. And
that's actually Luther and his bully, too.
So it's like a fake ad. And so, get out of my way, dipshit. I don't want to accidentally break you. And then the little kid's like, oh, crap, I'm tired of being pushed around. And then he gets the Hercules formula, and he's like, holy shit, the Hercules method really made me buff in no time. And then he goes and punches the head off the bad guy, and he goes, remember me, asshole?
Yeah.
Oh, it's fantastic.
It is quite hilarious.
This book is disturbingly gross, and I love it.
It's very violent. There's a lot of blood, a lot of gore. It's over the top blood. But if you like buckets of blood, then by all means go for it.
You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of Steve Dillon. Like Punisher, preacher art, man. Like some of this gore in here.
But also the thing about this story that I really like is that this kid, Luther, he didn't have power before. Now he does, and it's the story of him adjusting to it and deciding what to do with it. Kind of like one of those. It's one of those great power, great responsibility moments. Granted, he doesn't have an Uncle Ben. His girlfriend also has an abusive dad. And it's Luther trying to protect his mom and just live a normal high school life, dodging bullies, but then he gets thrust into this world that he didn't know of, and then he becomes a superhero because his best friend said, that'd be cool, and then it turns out his town, his world actually does need a hero.
Yeah. And the first time he puts his outfit on, he says, I feel like an asshole.
Yeah,
but you look like a badass.
Yeah. I don't want to give too much of the story. It's beautifully drawn. It's beautifully
It is
written.
so
Not much.
expertly detailed in its gore. Like, it's fantastic.
I mean, not much of the librarian is mentioned, or the organization the librarian works for is mentioned in this book, which I'm happy about, because this first book is all about Luther, him getting his abilities, his powers, and him trying to live what he does with them, or trying to live with them, and trying to eventually like try to get the girl and tell the boy to screw off.
It's really great because like this kid's in high school and he goes into like this room full of thugs and he starts kicking their asses and he just goes, "Hi, I'm Luther."
Yep.
He's like, it's like the 7 foot tall like beast man.
Yeah, and this kid's supposed to be in high school. It's
What
very
a weird like mask too.
I actually really like Petra.
I like
Petra too. Petra has a huge mouth on her. She's hilarious, especially in the Legend of Luther Strode. She's actually very funny.
Pete, you ever your ass kicked by a 100-pound woman? Yes,
that's Luther.
Twice this week.
That's Luther's mom.
She's a nice lady.
Yeah, she is.
Oh, and it's bad stuff. I'm looking at a lot of blood.
Yeah, there's a lot of blood,
Man,
a lot of
talk about his
gore.
vision for a second, because it's really dope.
Yeah, there's some parts of the book where Luther somehow he sees his enemy's muscles, he sees the bones,
Not just
the
his
organs.
enemies, because this is his friend. He says it's anyone's organs.
Pretty much, there are times in the book where he snaps a little
He
bit.
sees like their skeletal structure.
Yeah, so pretty much for him, it's like, hey, this is where I could break this person. And he sees that, and it's really weird. And also, he could take bullets like a champ.
Yeah, it opens up with like, I just took 5 bullets. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, this book's cool.
But it's it's very violent. It's definitely not for younger readers, that's for sure.
Oh man, I'm really because I've always known about the series, but flipping through this art, like I love the art because it's Trad Moore, but it is disgusting, and that is dope.
Blood-wise, yeah.
Oh yeah,
But actually, it's really funny.
like dude, like there's people's heads getting ripped off and like cut in half, and like their bodies are punched through, and you see all their organs. Like it's great.
But actually, it's funny. There's this little tidbit that the high school that Pete, Petra, and Luther go to, Voorhees High School. Jason Voorhees,
No, that makes
Friday
sense.
the 13th.
Oh yeah. Well, man, Justin Jordan, he writes a lot of horror stuff, so that totally makes sense.
So it's a great book. It's very violent. It's one of those books that you didn't... Because it's the strange talent of Luther Strode. It's like, what is the strange talent of Luther Strode? Well, his strange talent is that he could see your bones and muscles, and he can kill you.
The cover is
the cover is him in his mask
covered in
and
blood.
his bloodied fists. Like literally, his fists are covered in blood.
That's a great. That is a good mask, though. You know what? You never see any cosplayers of that. That's an easy cosplay too.
Yeah, it's a very easy cosplay. You don't see. I honestly want to see Luther Strode turn into a movie. This could easily be a trilogy.
Oh, dude, I guarantee you something's happening with that.
No, there's not, because that movie will instantly be rated R.
It's fine.
It's very, very violent.
But you can do this on a lower budget, though. Look at Deadpool.
True. Yeah. I mean, I would totally champion for Luther Strode to be a movie. As I'm reading this, I'm thinking, it's like, man, this could easily be a hit movie. But I remember I talked to this about Brandon one time, and he said, "There's like, oh, there's no way in hell this could be a movie, because no one's gonna. It's like a $100 million budget, and you just can't do that."
Man, I don't know. We're looking for that book. I don't think you need $100 million.
And rated R too. I don't know.
There's not a lot like crazy nonsense. Like it takes place in a high school and like a bunch of houses.
Yeah, pretty much the only really money you need for CGI is when people get their heads chopped off, which happens quite a bit.
No, yeah. Yeah, there's no word of a movie, so you're safe for now.
Yeah. I mean, I would
from a bad movie.
I don't know, but I would like to see a movie made of this. But in the meantime, I'm just happy with the comic form. The cool thing is, you don't necessarily need to read Legend and Legacy of Luther Strode. It'd be nice because you get the whole story. Yeah, because this story is self-contained.
Yeah.
You do need to read, like, if you just stick with the Strange Talent of Luther Strode, you're fine.
But you're gonna want to read.
But you're gonna want to read the Legend of Luther Strode, and then you're gonna want to read the Legacy of Luther Strode.
Son.
Yeah, you're gonna want to read that. So, I just really like it because it tells a different side of the story of a kid who's scrawny and puny, who doesn't have power, gets it, and the result is not what you think. Normally, the result is like Steve Rogers. Mm-hmm. The world gets saved over and over. He becomes this cultural icon. Everyone loves him. In this one, he just wants to keep his mom safe, have fun with his friends, start dating this girl he has a huge giant crush on, who, lucky for him, also has a crush on him as well. Yeah. And then he gets thrust into this world that he didn't know exists, and he just doesn't want to be a part of it, but too bad you are.
Yeah, man. This book looks really cool. Was there a scene where, like, he punches someone and he doesn't realize how strong he is, and he, like, punches, like, through him or something? Or is that just like him imagining that?
I think that's him imagining,
Okay.
because there are actually a few scenes where he really like completely kills the bully. He even kills his best friend Pete, but that's him visualizing it.
Okay, yeah, because I saw that stuff.
Yeah,
Okay.
he visualizes it, but then he snaps back in reality. He like
just crazy.
daydream. Yeah,
He's just crazy.
he daydreams.
He's basically like Fight Club, because Fight Club did that.
He's like, if I want to put it to like mainstream character terms, he's like Captain America meets Hulk, except without the green and without the sheer patriotism running through the veins.
That's the thing about me, Captain. I'm always strange.
I'm always
Got a legacy.
Yeah, but Strange Talent of Luther Strode, I would definitely recommend a read, especially if you like a decent storyline about a kid trying to survive high school with ultraviolence.
Superpowers.
I mean, there's a prologue Trad Moore wrote, and he's like, it's about power. It's about people who don't have power suddenly get it. And ultraviolence. Lots and lots of violence. That's the first thing written in the first page of the
Luther
book.
Strode is just your average geek until he sends for an exercise course from the back of an old comic. What
See?
What he gets is an instruction manual from a murder cult as old as mankind, which has everything that is promised and more.
Yep.
That's a cool right there too.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
The mask, the bloody mask.
It's beautiful.
But yeah,
Beautiful book.
Strange Talent, Luther Strode, great read.